Hey, good morning everyone. Jake Weidenbach with Nash Power Sports. Hope you're doing well. Got a bike review for you, a bike that really epitomizes everything that I want to do as a motorcyclist. I've gotten to ride some really cool bikes lately, but I have to say this one so far is the alpha dog. This is the one I'm having the hardest time giving back, and I just had the best time riding this machine. This right here is a 2017 KTM 1290 Super Adventure R. Now I ride a 2023 890 Adventure R, and a year and a half ago, before I started adventure riding, I would have been scared to death to ride this bike. You know, over 525 pounds, 160 horsepower off-road. Sounds really scary and intimidating, but I must say, from the moment I got on this bike, it was very confidence inspiring. And this bike, way more than the other two big adventure bikes that I've ridden recently, said let's go off-road, let's play in the dirt. So I got to ride a few weeks back BMW 1200 GSA. Really great bike. I said in that review that I could see myself having one of those someday, and I still stick to that. I think someday I will probably have a GS. But for right now, this bike right here is the pinnacle of what I want to do with a motorcycle. This thing is super fast on the street, awesome handling motorcycle. The LC8 V-twin is just monstrous, 160 horsepower. But the torque also, and this motor allows you to lug it. You know, when you're riding off-road, it's got generous power from way down low in the RPM range, so you can, you know, you can ride a trail on this. I was riding some two-track trails out at Tahuya yesterday, and with this much torque and power on a trail, you really never need to leave first gear. So just an awesome bike. It's way more agile when you're riding it than a bike this big should be. This just feels like a rally bike that has just enough manners to be a decent street bike, whereas most of the bikes it competes with, the BMW GS, the Harley Davidson Pan America that I just rode, the Triumph Tiger 1200, the Honda Africa Twin, the Ducati Multistrada. All of those bikes have varying levels of off-road ability. They're all great bikes on the street. They're all loaded with tech and would be nice to do some distance riding on. But if you want to do like real off-road stuff and really attack the off-road terrain, this is the one. Now, this is a 2017. This has got about 12,000 miles on it. It's for sale at Nash Power Sports. Actually, Indian Motorcycles of Auburn, right next to Nash, is where you can buy this bike. Yeah, this is the one that says to me, let's go play in the dirt, let's go get rowdy, let's go exploring. KTM just does off-road adventure, I think, better than anyone else. And obviously this bike is 7 years old now. There's a host of improvements that have been made to the newer 1290 Adventure. A lot of features that this doesn't have been added. So you still have the more traditional top-mounted gas tank on this one, whereas the newer one has the gas tank that sits down here, like on my 890 Adventure R. You know, it's got more electronics also, but the engine is essentially the same. This engine is an absolute monster. Power everywhere. It sounds awesome. Yeah, this is just a really alpha male bike to me. This epitomizes what I want to do as a motorcyclist. Now, I don't have the skills off-road to take this thing to its limits, but I'm proud of the way I was able to ride this thing. When you're standing up on it, it's narrow between the knees, and it just feels a lot lighter than it actually is. That's because of the chassis design. That's because of the suspension. The suspension is really what sets this apart from its competition. WP is KTM's in-house suspension manufacturer. So most of the other manufacturers outsource a third-party suspension for their motorcycles, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of great suspension setups out there, Showa, KYB, Öhlins, but none of them make their own suspension, and that's what KTM does. They develop a suspension specifically for the bike, the weight of it, how it's intended to be used. It's all fully adjustable, and it just makes this bike inspire confidence. I'm really glad I got the opportunity to experience it. This is the hardest one to give back so far. Anyway, this bike, like I said, is available at Indian Motorcycles of Auburn. You can get this thing for $9,999. This is so much motorcycle for that amount of money. I can't believe it. Anyway, come see us. We'll get you sitting on this thing and hopefully get you out exploring. Have a great day.